Oh man, I'm gonna have you. We're gonna do a list of our own.
Oh,
You're gonna go
now you know that we're currently doing a disaster. We're going to be doing a fun video this week with James and Elise. We're going to be watching The Core.
That's why I brought this to you, Nick. Of course, we're riding the back off of Twisters and Twister in review. We will now be doing the, of course, Disaster Cast. And this gentleman, who I like a lot, let me get his name correct because he's a really good one. Cinema Joe is a great follow on TikTok. Really love this stuff. Keeps me up to date with the movies and TV shows. But he has the best disaster movies for every kind of disaster. And I want you to shit list rank these.
Okay. I love
this. You tell them if that's shit, if that's legit. Okay. So let's enjoy this as we go. And we'll stop after every single one so you could talk about it.
That sounds good. Let's do it.
So here's the best disaster movie for every kind of disaster. The Battle of Asteroids and Comets is always between two movies, Armageddon and Deep Impact.
No.
And Armageddon is...
Okay, do you want to talk on that?
Okay, no, look, guys, stop. Let's fucking stop.
Wow.
I'm tired of it, dude. I've been fucking Switzerland on this for a long time. I've been just sitting here neutral. But it's time to take a side, Mike. It's time to take a side. There's no fucking contest between Armageddon and Deep Impact.
Wow, okay.
Armageddon is a fucking... what's happening? People are saying... Oh,
yeah, they're just saying he's low. He is low. We'll figure it out.
We'll figure that out. Armageddon is a adrenaline roller coaster, fly by the seat of your pants, non-stop action movie starring Bruce Willis and Ben Affleck before Ben Affleck got those chompers.
So sick.
That's that's pre-chomper Ben Affleck,
great
right?
chomps.
You got Liv Tyler. You got a fucking banger of a soundtrack by the one, the only Aerosmith.
Don't want to close my eyes.
The whole movie is sponsored by BMW for no reason. There's only one BMW in the whole thing, but it's there. And, Bruce Willis saves the Earth by blowing up an asteroid.
Boom.
In Deep Impact, there's like a flood.
Oh, that's it.
That's it.
There's a giant comet flying down.
Yeah, that happens in the first 20 minutes of the movie.
Oh, okay.
And it hits, and then it's like, okay. And then the waters receded. And that's it. That's all that happens in that film.
Well, he brings up two. So you're saying that one of the two is correct, the other one should get out.
He is correct.
Okay.
Because he gave the gold medal to the best, asteroid disaster film, Armageddon. But or as I like to call it, Armageddon on. Armageddon, arguably the dumbest movie ever made.
Yeah.
I'll say it.
Oh, wow.
Okay. It's a stupid movie.
The
idea behind it is the only people that can save the Earth from this asteroid are a group of crackpot, roughneck, deep sea drillers. The guys that know how to drill for oil because they can drill down into the asteroid and blow it out from the center in.
Yeah,
they got to put the nuke inside the heart of the asteroid.
Yeah.
And it's just so dumb. And the montage to train these guys to go up into space and ride an asteroid takes 5 seconds. But it doesn't matter because the scene at the end when Bruce Willis calls his daughter and she's in front of that incredible bank of 4:3 monitors. This is what tells you how old it is. And he goes, Gracie, I know I promised that I was going to come home, but I'm going to have to break that promise.
Oh, no, Bruce.
And she goes, Daddy, no. And she just puts her hand up on the monitor, and it's that iconic
Daddy, no.
shot. It's that iconic fucking Michael Bay shot of the dollying out as this array of monitors is there for it makes no sense that there's that many monitors. You don't need that many monitors, but it's just there, and it's just, and she puts her hand up, and she knows that's the last time she's ever going to talk to her dad. And he goes, we fucking won. We beat you. And he hits the button, and we just flash her. We see her as a kid. We see her now. We see her getting married, and it's all these things that he sacrificed his life for. And he fucking wins, and that goddamn that beast, that monster of an asteroid, just explodes into 2 pieces and narrowly misses the Earth, and he saves everyone on Earth. Yeah. And then they land, and William Fichtner, who's always a weird side character, walks up to her, interrupts her reunion with Ben Affleck.
Yeah,
the love of her life that she hasn't seen, and was worried for the last 5 days that he was going to die. I'm sorry to interrupt, but he asks permission to shake the hand of the daughter of the bravest man I have ever met.
Oh. Shit!
I don't want to close my eyes. I don't want to fall asleep because I miss you. And we see him. That's it.
Now,
Armageddon. And then in Deep Impact, he rides a little motorcycle up the hill to get away from the water. And then the water recedes.
No.
And then we have to pay Mexico a lot of money because now Mexico is the only habitable place on the planet.
Oh,
and the tides have turned.
Okay.
It's crazy.
Well, Nick likes one of the two from Cinema Joe. Let's go on to our next one.
Also, Deep Impact is a good movie, by the way. It's a good movie. It's just not as fun as Armageddon.
Oh, okay.
Deep Impact is a better movie because it's more political and it's like taking a look at all those things. Armageddon is just like, let's just get out there with some.
Okay. I will keep an eye out for that.
There you go. So just so everyone knows, I'm shooting on Deep Impact, but it is a good movie.
I'm gonna keep an eye out for the sound, but it is quiet, so bear with us here. Oh, a third contender.
Oh, you know what?
Nick.
I did see Greenland. This was a fun movie.
Okay.
I mean, not fun, it's stressful, but this was a good one.
Okay.
This was a good one. It's him, it's Marina Baccarat, and who's the lady from Baccarat, I think, is the lady from Deadpool.
Yeah.
And they have a son, and the son needs his insulin. So the whole time they're trying to get him on this ship to save him from the asteroids that are coming. He's got to put the insulin. It's very good. That's a fun one.
It's a good little third place one to bring.
I would say that's a fun one if you haven't seen it. It's a good, bad disaster movie.
Shout out, Joe. There you go, Joe, for getting a good third one in. Let's go to the next one. Tornadoes. Twisters.
Haven't seen Crawl. Hurricane Heist was god awful.
I watched Crawl with Sad Boy Sean.
How was it?
There's a giant alligator in the basement, and she's got to swim away from it. It's pretty fun.
Okay, that's a fun one. That sounds like a fun setup. Haven't seen Crawl. Hurricane Heist was pretty bad. Not very fun. And Twisters was fun. It was a fun blockbuster movie, but nothing will ever take over Twister. Twister is the GOAT.
Twister is the GOAT over Twisters.
Twister by the first Twister with Helen Hunt and Bill Paxton is still going to always be the classic. It's the quintessential tornado movie.
Okay.
In my humble opinion.
Any other good tornado/Twister movies?
No, I mean, again, I think he's named all the ones worth thinking about here.
Nothing else.
Again, Twisters was fun. If you haven't seen Alien Romulus already, go see that. But if you have, go see Twisters this weekend.
You also didn't bring up a hit.
I think it's out of theaters now. I think you can rent it.
You can. I almost bought it on Amazon. Let's go to the next one from Cinema Joe. Let's move on to our next disaster movie. It's going to be apocalyptic movies.
Let's pause that.
Pause.
Day After Tomorrow was tied for me when we were trying to figure out what we wanted to watch this week, and the core just edged it out a little bit because of how incredibly absurd it is. But I love The Day After Tomorrow, and I love it because it's about the disaster and then the survival aspect of the disaster, and it's completely ridiculous, and it's so fun. It's The Day After Tomorrow. 2012 is fun too. It's a fun one.
Okay,
but
shit.
But I like Day After Tomorrow. I haven't seen actually, I only saw The Perfect Storm one time.
We're going into the ocean now, bro?
It's The Perfect Storm.
Come on, dude.
Yeah, Enola Gale. The Perfect Storm is great.
Okay.
But The Perfect Storm was more, it's not a disaster movie so much as it was more of like a movie based on a real story. That's a true story. And so it's more of like a retelling of that, which is why I never classify it as a disaster movie.
Okay.
Because it is an adventure-ish disaster movie, but it's I remember it being a little bit more of a less schlocky.
Yeah.
Than it was. Like George Clooney's in it, for Christ.
How about The Wave? You ever seen The Wave?
Never seen it.
Okay.
Never seen it.
Any interest in The Wave?
Zero. I don't know who Bolgan is, but never seen it.
How about Poseidon?
I've seen Poseidon. That is based off of an older movie called The Poseidon Adventure. I love this movie.
Okay.
It's about a mega cruise ship that capsizes because of a wave, and they have to survive, but they're on the top of it and have to get out from the bottom.
So the boat is now upside down.
Upside down, it's flooding from the top in.
We're all still in, yeah.
But we're all still in it, so they're trapped inside of it, and they have to try to figure out a way to get out of it from below.
The top.
From the bottom of it,
yeah,
the hull.
Exactly. That's crazy.
So they have to like figure out, do we get out the screws, whatever, yada, yada. It's really cool, and it's Kurt Russell. He's in it. It's got a great little cast.
Little 98-minute flick right there.
Yeah, that's a fun one.
That's good. Okay. Let's go to the next one, Volcanoes.
Now, I'm going to say right now, just stop. It's Dante's Peak. Dante's Peak rocks.
Dante's Peak.
Yeah, he's going to say Dante's Peak is the best.
Let's see. He's got Pompeii.
Pompeii. Told you.
Dang, they got James Bond in that, bro?
Pierce Brosnan and Linda Hamilton.
I love Linda Hamilton.
Great, dumb. We're in this small town. Something's happening. They got a great scene where two teenagers, hot bodies, try to get in there and into the hot springs and get. I mean, there might be 20s. I don't know. They were like this hot couple tries to get into the hot springs and they get cooked alive.
No.
Because the hot springs get really hot.
So hot.
Because the volcano is about to explode. And then it's just about them trying to get off this goddamn Dante's Peak mountain. And it's great.
Shit.
It's great.
Okay. How about Volcano?
Pierce Brosnan starts off, and of course, he was one of those guys who, like, he had a bad experience with volcanoes. So he starts off, he's working out like a devil. He's like 300 push ups in the scene. It's real cool. He's real sexy.
How about Volcano? You see?
Volcano was fun. That was one where
Lee?
Volcano explodes in the middle of Los Angeles.
Okay. Yeah,
It's not very good. I don't remember liking it that much.
Okay. And then you never saw the other one with
I never
Jon
saw
Snow.
Pompeii with Jon Snow.
Pompeii
no, I never
with
saw
Jon
that.
Snow. That
Jon Snow and Kiefer
Might
Sutherland.
not be his best.
Well, Jon Snow, Kit Harington hasn't had
Getting that work.
too great a career past Game of Thrones, but he was great as Jon Snow.
All right, let's go to the next one. Okay. What do you think about you? Got
Have not seen Contagion.
Okay.
So that's the one where I think people start going blind because of some sort of virus that puts out there. It's supposed to be it was supposed to be very intense. I stayed away from it.
Okay.
But I love Outbreak. I'm a huge fan of Outbreak.
Outbreak. What's up with Outbreak?
Outbreak is go to it. It's right there. So we've got Dustin Hoffman, Rene Russo, Cuba Gooding Jr. It's got a great cast. Morgan Freeman's in it. Kiefer Sutherland's dad, Donald Sutherland's in it, and it's basically just about this Patrick Dempsey right after he was big in the '80s, but before he was big on Grey's Anatomy, plays this dumb shit guy who imports a monkey from this place, and the monkey's got this basically Ebola virus, this crazy flesh-eating, kill you in a day virus if it scratches you or bites you. And of course, it scratches him. He's in the small town, and they have to quarantine the town. And then it's just about this unit that comes in, that's Dustin Hoffman, their military scientist unit. They go in and they got to figure out what caused it, how do we solve it before, of course, they drop the nuke on the town and completely obliterate it.
I might have seen this.
It's a fucking awesome.
I might have seen this movie, Chad.
It's a good movie. Kevin Spacey's in it also. This is Kevin Spacey pre-cancellation.
Okay.
It's good.
What do you think about I Am Legend in this?
I love I Am Legend. I think they're making a sequel to that at some point, right?
Okay.
I'm a big fan of I Am Legend. I like this. It's got 2 endings. I forget which one I liked, but it's a cool movie. I'm always for Will Smith.
Okay.
But it is a monster movie. It's not a disaster movie. Pause. Sunshine rocks.
Sunshine rocks, he says.
This movie's wild.
All right, what's the deal?
Danny Boyle, the guy that gave us The Day After Tomorrow, which is a great zombie flick, directed this movie. I only saw it once, so I might be getting some of the specifics wrong. It's got Chris Evans in it. It's got a great cast, and it's basically about it's basically about a crew of people that have to they're on a one-way mission to the sun to restart it.
No shit.
Yeah. Because it's dying.
That's kind of cool.
Yeah, and if it's dying, then the Earth starts dying as well. And it's got a great sequence where I don't want to spoil it too much, but it's Cillian Murphy as well. That's right. It's a great role for Chris Evans. I remember watching this movie thinking, God, I really don't like his character because he plays this sort of military guy who's I'm here to keep us on track, and all the rest of the scientists are we're gonna do this. We're gonna go home to our and he's friends and family, and he's he knows. He's if shit goes down, this is a one-way trip, and he's got a couple great scenes in this where you start going fuck, he's all right. We gotta get on his side, and he does some crazy shit, and it's really really cool. But it starts off with, God dang it, I forget the guy's name. The captain of the ship was in Training Day, and he's been in a ton of other stuff. I think he was in one of the Walking Dead spinoffs, but it just has him getting sunburned because he's addicted to looking into the sun. Oh, shit. It's crazy. And he's kind of going crazy. It's fucking rad. It's a rad ass movie.
How about this Moonfall movie?
Haven't seen this yet. This is the Halle Berry movie that just came out, and the other guy from Game of Thrones, the guy who was the dorky kind of Kit Harington sidekick guy.
Oh, Samwell,
yeah. Samwell Tully. Yeah, so he's in this. This one was one that came and everyone's this is god awful, but it's right up my alley.
Shit.
I gotta go watch it.
Okay, yeah.
Something on the moon's attacking the Earth or some shit like that.
Oh,
it's crazy.
Shit, that's cool. All right, let's go past the sun. Let's go to the next one.
No, pause. This Movie Joe guy.
This Cinema Joe.
Cinema Joe fucking gets it.
He gets it.
Fucking this guy and I are almost aligned 100%.
You might want to follow this guy. He's a very good follow.
I'm going to follow this guy. The
really
core,
good follow.
The core is so bad it's good. It's got the dumbest cast possible. It's Hilary Swank. I think she may have won an Academy Award before doing this movie. I think this movie kind of killed her career a little bit.
Oh, no.
Oh, yeah, dude. But it's so good. They got to go into the center of the Earth to restart the Earth. Come on, bro. How could you not love that?
That's awesome.
We're going to watch it this week, folks. We're going to do it on, for In Review this week. We're going to tie that into Twisters, and we're going to rank it against Twister and Twisters. And probably Armageddon. I'm going to be real. We're going to throw Armageddon into that mix and see which one reigns supreme as the best disaster cast ever. 2005 version of War of the Worlds versus Independence Day. I would give the nudge to Independence Day because it's a more fun movie.
Okay.
But War of the Worlds, if you haven't seen it, is definitely good. It's worth a watch. It's based on the old, obviously, radio play.
Yeah.
Tom Cruise brought it back. Spielberg directed it.
This has the weird, like, spider almost, like, monsters.
Yeah, the monsters that come and pick you up and scoop you up and put in the aliens.
I've seen these.
A young Dakota Fanning's in it. She's fucking great.
Yeah.
It's good. It's a really good movie. They're both great, but for different reasons.
Okay, so giving a thumbs up to both these.
I would give the nudge to Independence Day because it's personally my favorite between the two. I've watched it like 10 times, but War of the Worlds is great. Arguably the better movie.
Cinema Joe, Nick, it was a shit list. Was it shit or was it a legit list?
That's a legit ass list. You guys should absolutely go follow him. He's great. That was a great list. I enjoyed looking through it. Mike, good job.
This guy's legit. I like this guy a lot. He keeps me up to date on what's coming out new, what's hot. Hey, I watched the first 5 movies of the month on X, Y, and Z. You should go check these out or skip these. They're really fun. He does a really good job.